Book is literally about a middle school teacher falling in love with one of her students. If I'm just like sitting here, I can't listen to him. I can't. Just like sitting here with headphones on and looking into nothing, close my eyes and listen to the book. It is literally a romance book. It's literally a romance book. Good morning, guys. I hope you're doing good today. I kind of like ghosted you guys for like a week. I filmed my intro video and then I just didn't post last week. Probably not the week I'm filming this because I gotta edit this. Maybe? I don't know. We'll see, future me. And you guys will know whenever I post this. I was just so exhausted last week. And good news, I am finally out of my reading slump. Last time we talked, I was trying to read Tampa by Alyssa Netting. It was not happening. Let you know right now. It was not happening at all. The book is literally about a middle school teacher falling in love with one of her students, and I could not do it. I made it barely to chapter 2, and it was so disturbing and disgusting. I could not do it. It just gives me it makes my stomach hurt just thinking about it. So instead, I picked up A Soul to Keep. It is literally a romance book. It's literally a romance book. I'll read you guys what the back of the book says. I'll read you guys what the back of the book says. All Rhea ever wanted was freedom. Known as a harbinger of bad omens and blamed for demons eating her family, Rhea is shunned by her entire village. When the next offering is due, the monstrous Dust Walker is heading their way. Her village offers her as an impossible choice: be thrown into the prison cells or allow herself to be sacrificed to a faceless monster. However, he's not what he seems, and she finds herself unwittingly enchanted by him. All Orpheus ever wanted was a companion. Each decade, in exchange for a protection ward from the demons that terrorize the world, Orpheus takes a human offering to the Vale, the place he lives, the home of the demons. The brief companionship does little to ease his loneliness, and their lives were always unfortunately cut short. He thought it was a hopeless endeavor until he met her. She's not afraid of him. But will Orpheus be able to convince Rhea to stay before she's lost him forever? The author's note before you read this book was so funny that what got me reading it. I found this book on Spotify, and I usually do not like listening to audiobooks. If I'm doing something, I can listen to them, but if I'm just like sitting here, I can't listen to them. I can't. Just like sitting here with headphones on and looking into nothing, close my eyes and listen to the book. I don't know. My brain just doesn't let me doing that. If I'm doing something with my hands, I could do it. The other book is pretty popular on Book Talk. Do I usually do recommendations from Book Talk? No, I usually just do recommendations from my Kindle, the Kindle app, because I've had it for so long. But Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I have quite a few Ali Hazelwood books. Some of them I haven't read that yet, and some of them I have already read. But I really enjoyed the last 2 books that I read, and I surprisingly loved A Soul to Keep so much more than I thought it would. It wasn't just constant smut. It was really like a slow burn, and none of the smut really happened until about like 70% of the way through the book. And it was literally just about a monster who was lonely and wanted a friend. But Bride by Ali Hazelwood, that one was also a really good book. I understand why everyone likes it so much. I was thinking about picking up the next one in the series, which is I want to say a story about the other couple that they teased about at the end of this book. And I would say I did really enjoy this book. This one was also one that I like 50% listened to on audiobook and then 50% listened to, like read with my own physical eyes. I don't know why I had to say it like that. Anyways. But those 2 books were really good. They're both a part of a series, but they're like the you don't have to read them all together series, or like standalone books in a series. A Soul to Keep, it has so many books in that series. I'm gonna Google it right now. Yes, it looks like about 5. Oh wait, wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 books. I knew it was like a crazy number of books, but it's going through the different Duskwalkers and their companions that they find. And it all starts with Orpheus and his companion, and then the series go from there. But those are the 2 books I read last week. And now we are going to create a TBR jar. We are going to go through my spreadsheet on Notion. But I have this spreadsheet that looks like this of all the books that I currently own, and it includes, if you look over here, I have an ultimate life planner on Notion. So it plans out my week, my month, and my day, and then my hobbies, my habits, and anything else, my grocery list, anything else I throw in there, it does that. I also created a reading log. It's really easy. I looked up tutorials on YouTube and TikTok, and they literally have a step-by-step tutorial on how to do it. Also, people create templates that you can buy, and some people are giving them away for free that you can use on your own Notion account. The life planner that I got, I actually bought it on, I believe, on Etsy from someone else for like $3. I get so much stuff on Etsy. My Twitch overlays, I got those on Etsy. Etsy is the place to go when you want something. Anyways, but I have my spreadsheet here, my reading log spreadsheet, and it goes by the title of the book, the author, the date I added it, the age group, if it's young adult or an adult, the year it was published, what format it is, so paperback, manga, e-reader, hardcover, and I have paperback, hardcover, and then manga, like physical manga. It says PH manga, so that's physical manga, and then manga, and then e-reader, so those 2 are digital. And you can sort it, you can filter it. I gotta filter it to include everything because I have it only filtering paperbacks right now. But, and then it goes by genre. Fun fact, I have a speech impediment. When I was in elementary school, I had trouble with my R's and W's, and they would kind of just roll into a W or roll into an R. So, you'll see me struggling. Can't say nothing about it. You see me struggling to read a word. And I love reading, but I have this speech impediment. It happens when I talk too fast, or if I'm just like, sometimes just like stumbling over stuff. Anyways, that's why I was having trouble saying genre. I have 2 genres. I have genre 1 and then genre 2. So, you know, some books are like fantasy romance or mystery, thriller. So I have 2 columns for that. And then I have the number of pages. I have the status, which is not started or finished. If I own the copies, or if I own the complete series, or if it is a series, if I own the copies, and if it's a series. I have 2 separate columns for that. And then I have status. Status, I have 2 different statuses, only because I didn't feel like taking one off, so I have 2 on here. And it just says complete and incomplete. I like the way complete and incomplete looks for some reason, so I kept it on there. Tropes. I have tropes, no strings attached, arranged marriage, mafia, LGBTQ+, age gap, small town, survivor, all of those. I have like a lot on here. I have tropes, I have the spice level, and what I rated the books. That is a quick little tutorial? No. What's the word? Walk through. Oh my god. I literally had to Google what's another word for house tour because I was like, no, that's not what I'm trying to say. Anyways, sidetracked. What was I saying? Oh, that's a little walkthrough of my reading log spreadsheet. I got a couple new books that I believe I added, but I am not sure if I did. So I'll check that later if I actually added it to the list or not. So we're going to be using my reading log spreadsheet to go through my bookshelf and get all the books that I have not started or have not finished that are like in progress because I stopped for some reason. We're going to go through all of those. I'm going to pull a book out of here, 1 or 2 books out of here every single week, and we're going to get through my TBR list because I want to try to get the number of books I have to read down because I can't buy a new book until I get this number down. And I have some books I want to buy. So we're going to be doing that today. What do we have here? We have a jar. This came with a different jar, but I thought it was an ugly jar. So when I got this from Amazon, the little scrolls and stuff, it came with another jar. I got a different jar to put it in. And I got this pretty one with flowers and stuff on it. So we got these. These are just a bunch of tiny little scrolls of paper with a gold ring around it that we're going to write our TBR books on. And as I'm pulling the books, I'll tell you why I have not read these books yet, or what's making me not want to read them. And why do I have them if I don't feel like reading it. It also came with these book tracker things, you know, when you check out a library book. It has those. It has title, start date, and date ready. But I kind of have that here. Title, start date, and date reading. So will I use these? I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably use it to write, because on the back it has the best part of these books. I'll probably keep it with me so I can write down what I liked about the books and then come back and tell you guys what I liked about it. So as you can see, there's no real plan to the video. It's just kind of me vibing and figuring out what I want to do. But that's literally what this channel is like, as you can see from the last video. But fit check, pajamas, and Barbie slippers that I got at Ross. Now, alrighty. You guys have clipped my chest, as you can see. So I don't know how it's gonna sound, but I needed both hands to do this, to go through my bookshelf. And you would say it should be easy. It's in alphabetical order. So this is how my bookshelf is set up, right? So up here, I was like, can you guys see me? All right, so up here is this is hardbacks, and then paperbacks, and then manga and special edition hardbacks. So these are in order, and then these are in order alphabetically. But on my spreadsheet, they're all in order alphabetically with paper and hardbacks mixed together. Oh, and then they're also sorted by size. And I have read A Court of Thorns and Roses, but I didn't read the second one. And everyone was like obsessed with this series, so I have not read A Court of Mist and Fury. Ooh, I'm really excited for this one that I am about to put down. Blood over Brighthaven. I hate the sprayed edges. Just like plain red. I feel like that's so lazy to just spray edge, like color these books just like one color. Get creative with it. But I'm so excited for this book. Bonesmith is next. It's a part of my special edition series. You know? Is that better? Yeah. We're looking for Bride Test. I don't remember. Usually I can remember what. Here you go, the Bride Test. What books look like. So, a lot of my books I got from book subscriptions. So, Book of the Month, you could tell with these little labels on them. Book of the Month I had for about a year and a half. And then Fairy Loot, which is where I got all of my special editions from, I had that for a little over a year too. A lot of these I have in the physical version, but I've read them on my Kindle. My Kindle is just more portable, and where I work is really dirty, and I don't feel comfortable bringing one of these books to my workplace because they don't get dirty. So I read them all on my Kindle. I have Kindle Unlimited, so a lot of these are free. Also, all of my special editions I have not read because they're special editions. I do not want to bring them out into the world and get them all messed up. They're too pretty for that. I do not want to do that. But if I do pull one of these, if I can finish it, just read it at home, I will. But I will probably get them on my Kindle and read them that way, because I do not want to take them out the comfort of my home and get them dirty. Anyways, 'tis the season for revenge. This is like a nice little. This one and the Pumpkin Spice Cafe are like winter fall reads. I don't want to read them in the summer. So if I pull either of these, I probably will not be reading them because I want to read them in the fall. when it's supposed to be read, because it's literally a Christmas fall book. So we'll see. If I pull them, they'll go back in.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
I'm currently looking at my legs, but these are the paperbacks we are adding to the list that I've got recently. And then these are the 2 special editions that I got in my fairy loot. And look, they're painted pages. They have painted on the inside. Foiled hardcover, and it's reversible. All of them come like that. So these will be getting added to the list. Where Shadows Meet and The Glittering Edge. Alright, with those new books added, we're at 58. Now, I shall sit down and write every single one of these 58 books. Onto one of those pieces of papers. So, time lapse. This is a little selfie moment of me filming this, because I film all this on my phone. So I just finished writing, as you can see over here, writing all of my TBR and putting them in the jar. So I am about to draw 2 of them out of this jar and choose to read, and then I'll give you a little reason of why I have not read these books. If it's a series, I'll have to read the books that are in the series. So for Reckless Oath or Ruinous Faith, I'll have to read, those will be my 2 books for the week. Or Powerless and Reckless, those will be my books. So series, they will be together, and I get 50 pages to decide if I want to continue reading them or if I want to DNF it. So we shall see. Okay, you guys are collecting my shirts, so hopefully it doesn't sound too weird. But we shall choose 2. There's some in here that I haven't read because they seem sad. And then there's some in here that I just never really got around to because they didn't just like hit the mark of what I wanted to read for that week. So we have 2 right here. First one is, alright, so we have Darker by 4 and For Ci's Wrath. So I wish I go through these. Here is For Ci's Wrath. They're both special editions. Darker by 4. Darker by 4 and Sheeta's Wrath is for this week's pick. Sorry for the shaky filming. I didn't feel like taking out my tripod to film the end of this video. But, so since this is the end and it is 2:09. I literally got to leave for work in like 10 minutes. So, if you stuck around this long, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let me know if you have any book recommendations. I'll throw them into the jar also. And like and comment and subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Comment your favorite book down below or your favorite movie that you watched this week. And that's it. Remember, be messy, be magical, but be you. See you guys later.